All right, thank you so much for joining us. Liberation Day's edition of Morning at NTV. Now, of course, we do have liberation in so many ways, socio-economic development being one of them. And so we get to look at the opportunities that have come through Uganda's fruit and vegetable penetrating the Doha market. The backbone of it is that Uganda does export to Qatar, and this is $14 million US. And this record is trekking back to 2021, according to the United Nations COMTRADE database on international trade. What is there for us to gain as a country as Uganda is preparing themselves for the Expo in Doha 2024? Well, we are pleased to be having Dr. Elly Kamugisha, Executive Director, the Uganda Export Promotion Board, to enlighten us on the opportunities that we have in Doha 2024. Of course, already the year has started off on a high gear. So, Doctor, it's a pleasure to have you in Morning at NTV. Good morning.
Good morning, and I'm glad to be in this studio. I have not been here for a long time, so I'm happy to be back in the studio.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
I used to be regular. Maybe there has not been news to give.
And that's what 2024 is, a new year.
So I think this should be our new year, I guess. Yeah. So it's important that we're in the studio celebrating liberation, but also talking about markets. As you have heard several times, and the President emphasized it to the NAM and the G77 plus China, that Uganda and Africa can only liberate itself if it has access to markets, if it can produce and market their products and make money. The alternative is to beg. The alternative is foreign aid. Foreign aid has conditionality, and beggars can never sit on the same table and dine and wine with the givers. You are underdogs. So when we talk about markets, it is so important because markets create employment for our people, household incomes, growth of the economy, what we call GDP, but also our reserves. You have had countries which have run out of foreign exchange reserves. Reserves are important at the central bank, because without foreign exchange reserves, then you run out of the power to purchase products that you need, but we cannot produce. So, and that's where we come in with export promotion, because then exports help us to get foreign exchange reserves. Exports help us to do even debt and the growth GDP ratios. People do, when you talk about exports, people look at it at farm level. Somebody produces their products and they sell them to somebody, the X, who sells them in an export market. But they don't look at the national level. If a country does not export a lot, it will never get out of poverty. And I'm using the actual word, it will never get out of poverty. In fact, for a country to get out of poverty, it must export value-added and manufactured products, leave alone services, which are between 25 and 30%. If they don't, they'll never get out of poverty. They'll be lying you.
Okay, let's have a reflection of the export promotion that you've been doing previously. 2023, we had an Expo Dubai, and we want to find out. It was 2020 because of COVID, they pushed it to 2022. Okay, so we want to find out what were the benefits for us as country and also individuals as far as the markets are concerned.
I am actually waiting for a medal, and I say this on camera.
Okay.
Before I die, I want a medal for Expo Dubai. I began the processes of preparing for the Expo Dubai in 2017. Fast forward, then we had our ambassador. Then was Ambassador Nimisha Madhuvan. Then fast forward, we got Ambassador as Chibedi, and we worked together behind the scenes to promote the Expo. Actually, towards the end, because we were the first country, the first We were the second country at the Expo to host the National Day. The first one was France. And you can imagine how such a big Expo, small Uganda, small, open economy, susceptible to the vagaries of prices and is a price take and all these challenges. But we went in. I even said it would be the next country after France at the entire Expo to host the National Day. And you know, social media, everybody has become a journalist without editing. They bashed us everywhere. But let me tell you,
but even bad press is good press.
You know, bad press is also good press, because people now would say,
yes,
we want to go to the Uganda pavilion and see what they are saying. And when they came, they found what they are saying was not true. But do you know what we got out? We got out a lot. As we talk now, we have over 4 billion additional FDIs, for indirect investments. And I was the coordinator. So that's why I'm saying I want a medal, because let them not tell you I was the coordinator of both government and the private sector. Not to what you hear ministries of what, not here what you hear Uganda Investment Authority, not to what you hear Uganda Tourism Board. I was the coordinator of everything. So every investor that has come in this country, I have total contribution with our embassy. People came to the pavilion. We organized trade and investment forums. We organized tourism road shows, coordinating with tourism agencies and ministries, coordinating with investment. Our Minister of Trade was always backstopping us and supporting us. Minister of Finance, MOFA, Agriculture. As we talk now, we are in excess of $2 billion US dollars in exports. That is not small, I tell you. If you know that we, between October last year and October this year, we exported 6.49, you can call it 6.5 billion US dollars. If you say in UAE alone, we are exporting over 2 billion. I tell you, that is a big thing. Tourism. There are many tourists that are coming. One of the big government officials in the government of UAE recently was here in Munyonyo for a trade and investment forum, UAE Trade and Investment Forum, and he said that he went with his daughter, his child, to Uganda Pavilion and developed interests in visiting our country. And he has said he will be our ambassador in their government to promote us, and is already promoting us.
Well, we can say congratulations to you, Doctor, and well done. And to that extent, now there's another opportunity yet again to expose more of the good that we do have in Uganda in the exchange for foreign trade. And Doha is coming up, 2024. Could you enlighten us more about that one?
Yeah, thank you very much. Doha is, as the Americans speak, Doha is kind of a specialized exhibition, specialized trade fair, specialized promotion, focusing on agriculture and innovation. And that's why with the Doha we are looking specifically is more small. A bigger one will be Expo in Japan, in Osaka, 2025, beginning April, which will be as big as the Expo in Dubai. Nonetheless, we can say, as Uganda, again, we have strategized ourselves to benefit from Qatar Expo, because when you look at Qatar Expo focusing on agriculture and innovation, we are looking to learn from innovation. Remember, let me mention, an Expo brings many countries and companies in one location for a given period of time. So you have an opportunity to have a lunch in Japan, and have dinner in Kenya, and wine in Mexico, in one location. So Uganda looks at the market of Qatar. Qatar is a rich economy. 267 billion US dollar economy, coming to 300 billion US dollar economy. Their imports over 33 billion US dollars. Their population, it is 2.688 million, but you can say 2.7 million people. Their GDP is 66,000 US dollars, given the population. So this is a rich economy, and if you are looking at the products they buy, Uganda's products, like in agriculture, we need to add value, and we are going to be working with the Qataris to add value. It is very important because we want to export to them coffee, we want to export to them tea, we want to export to them fish and fish products, we want to export to them cocoa and cocoa products, we want to export to them cut flowers and grains and dairy products, and we know this market is there. Fruits and vegetables generally, they have big demand for capsicum, for pepper, what we call pepper, chilies. So they are for these products I'm talking about, like also cut flowers and capsicum and others. They are exporting more than 30 million US dollars. So if you combine together more than 50 million and other products now, which I have not talked about, the coffee, the tea, the milk and dairy products, the fish. So total they import over 33 billion US dollars.
So with that potential market, Doctor, how are we as Ugandans, and through of course the Export Promotion Board, how are you intending to prepare Ugandans to position themselves for Doha 2024?
Last year, what we did, working with our Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, we organized the National Day at the Expo. We also had Trade, Tourism and Investment Forum, where we interacted and interfaced with the Qatari business people, with our Ugandan business community, supported with our embassy in Doha, in Qatar, and the ambassador and deputy ambassador. So we have begun. We had business-to-business matchmaking. We had our business people visit the Qatar Chamber of Commerce. I want to mention that because of this good relationship with our embassy and the country and these efforts at Qatar, at Doha Expo, the president of the Doha Chamber of Commerce was here during the NAM. The president, very rich man, very wealthy man, a Qatari, he attended our trade and business forum in the Serena here. He actually gave even a speech, and they are coming back in March to further discuss business. So you can see that we have started. We are going to be meeting consumer associations in Qatar, and we have started. We will also have another business tourism, trade and business forum, inshallah, if we get the funds in March, to further discuss this. And behind the scenes, we are doing market scoping studies. We are visiting the big supermarkets, the different buyers, and are talking to them and comparing our prices with our competitors. I tell you, Kenya is already in that market, South Africa is already in that market, India is in that market, other African countries are trying to be in that market. And I promise you, very well, right? Like we did in Dubai, where even in the naysayers had discounted it, and now we have a lot. Qatar will be our market for our agricultural products, but with value addition, including milk and dairy products. But Qatar we want also attract tourists from there. We want them to choose Uganda as their summer holiday destination.
It's a collaboration. You're selling collaborative.
Yes, and then we want foreign direct investments.
Plus tourism and direct investments.
And direct investments.
So in conclusion, as we conclude this conversation, there's people who want to be a part of Doha 2024. Could you give us more details into that and how Ugandans can participate or apply to participate in Doha 2024?
Yeah, thank you very much. Ugandans, especially private sector associations, are involved already, and they were involved. Have been sending their representatives to participate from time to time to visit. We organize for them to meet with the buyers, the traders, the investors from Qatar, but we can always advise them that contact Uganda Export Promotion Board on our website. Contact Uganda Export Promotion Board. If you go on Google, you'll get our offices in Nakasero, in Uganda Electricity Distribution Tower Building. Unfortunately, and tell your members of parliament to give us more money so that we are in regional offices. More than before COVID, the parliament requested the government and NDP3 that we should be in regional offices and now cities, but we have not yet gone there because you can appreciate Uganda is a developing country, and after COVID we have had challenges, but we will need to serve our people from the regions and the new cities. So we plan to be in 12 regional offices where we can reach these people, because you can imagine somebody coming from Arua to Kampala to get information about export to South Sudan. And
for a business that they're doing or a farm that they're having in Arua,
yes,
definitely make a lot of sense. Thank you so much, Dr. Elly Kamugisha, Executive Director with the Uganda Export Promotion Board, and pleased for the work that you are doing. Today's Liberation Day, they're giving out some medals. I hope that in one way or another you will receive the
I need
recognition for your contribution to exposing Ugandan markets to the Middle East. And of course, Dubai was extremely successful. Doha is coming up, so waiting is what we're simply saying. The roots are there, the connections are there, and the opportunities are enormous. So be a part of that. Do not fear. For now, we take a short breather. We will be returning with our Kickstarter.